Welcome to the Gridiron Guide with your boy, the Fantasy G. You also got your other boy, A2.
What up, though, G?
What's happening?
Let's get this mock draft going, though.
Oh yeah, we out here. The Gridiron Guide, boy, ladies and gentlemen. This is our 4th episode. We've done the AFC North preview, the NFC East preview thus far. We just released our rankings by position on Tuesday. And number 4, it's going to be draft strategies and a mock draft. Your boy A2 and myself are both going to do our own mock drafts. I am picking from the 2nd position. A2 is picking from the 5th position.
Yeah, I like picking from right in the middle of the draft. That's just how my draft strategy works. I like to go out best player available. George, that's my draft strategy. I don't reach for a certain position. Just whatever on my rankings falls in that position, that's who I take.
Good deal, and I'll cover my draft strategy here in a moment. If you guys aren't aware, we do have an Instagram page, the Gridiron Gang. The Gridiron Guide. Yeah, I'm gonna get those mixed up. We're the gang of the guide, the Gridiron Guide. Check us out on Instagram. We're also on YouTube, Facebook. Instagram posts will be live, up to date, current events. We posted some possible destinations, landing spots for Leonard Fournette. Oh, he hasn't been signed yet, but will be coming soon, and when it does, we will be posting about it. Also, great time to give a shout out to our parent, our host company, the Objectively podcast with Ben and Matt. Podcast that nobody asked for, but everybody wants. Check us out under the Objectively podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Google Play, Stitcher. We out here.
And also, you say YouTube as well?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure. Make sure you plug the YouTube. We're about to our mock draft screen record will be up on our YouTube page simultaneously with the podcast upload.
Good deal. So yeah, again, you heard a little about Aaron's draft strategy, best available. He's picking at number 5. Who are you hoping to get here at number 5?
Based on my projections, George, I think Mike Thomas will fall right in the 5th position for me.
So you don't want a running back. You're sticking with best available, and you think Michael Thomas is the 5th best available player?
Michael Thomas is the 5th best available player outside of the top 4 running backs.
So if one of them fall, you will go with the running back.
If one of the running backs fall to number 5, I will take a running back.
Okay. See, and I'm a little different. So obviously, I want to go best available, but I want to be sure the first 6 rounds. I want to be sure I have 4 running backs on my team. Most of the running backs are going to be atop my draft board, but I am going all in on running backs early and often. Not too many good running backs. There's about, I want to say 20 total running backs in the league that I will roster on my team. You better believe I'm going to have, 16 of them are going in the first 6 rounds. So that's me, running back heavy. You'll see it. I'm going to load my team with wideouts after the, have hopefully 2 by the 6th round. Probably a couple more after that. Quarterback, tight end, not too worried about. Deepest positions out there. Give me your thoughts on that.
I agree with that. With what you said as far as deepest positions. If I think this draft goes how it's supposed to go, I think I'll end up with a wide receiver, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and a quarterback. Will be probably the first 5 picks if I think the draft goes how it's supposed to go.
All right, and this is a 10-person mock draft. You can see the live video on YouTube. It's through Yahoo. Hopefully we get everybody in there. At the moment, we have a couple auto pickers, which are, not the worst, but, and they almost, a lot of people do draft based off just average draft position and rankings, so it's not a bad thing to have auto pickers in your, mock draft, just to kind of move the players along, the top ranked players that everybody's looking at, the standard, just top overall rankings. So not a bad thing to have a couple mock drafters, but I always like to get all the people in there just to have a real live feeling of this.
And then for you guys watching along on YouTube, I'm just going to star a couple players that I think are going to end up being available for me to select. with the number 5 pick. I kind of project George that either Kamara or Mike Thomas will follow me at number 5.
Definitely one of them, if not one of them, Zeke or Saquon or McCaffrey. So
Okay. I don't see Saquon, but I'll definitely start Zeke. So I have a feeling that might happen as well.
So I'm picking second. If McCaffrey falls to me, I'll take him, of course. As you've heard from the other podcasts, I'm very high on the Giants offense. I'll love to have Saquon Barkley on all my teams this year. I'm picking third in my big money draft this year. Hopefully Saquon falls. If not, no big deal. I'll go Zeke.
Yeah. You said you're picking third in your
Big money
draft?
league, yep.
Okay. And you're leaning towards
Crossing my fingers that Saquon makes it, but I don't think he will. And now we're started. First pick, of course.
That must have been
McCaffrey.
Is that guy auto drafted?
Oh no, I don't think so.
Oh no, that was too quick for auto draft.
So I'll go Saquon.
All right,
number
so
2.
George takes Saquon number 2.
Those are definitely going to be not definitely, should be the top 2 picks in your draft. I've seen one draft so far where Zeke was taken second. Why, I don't know, but
You can't really hate Zeke going second, but I would definitely prefer to have Saquon. And then we saw Zeke just went third in this one. So pretty. So far, this draft is going pretty 1, 2, 3. As far as the top 3 overall players, and it obviously being the top 3 running back. So let's see what this person thinks. You think Kamara now?
Picking in the middle. Yep, Kamara. Right. So we got the top 4 running backs off the board. It is A2's pick now.
Yeah, and so like I said, my pick will be Mike Thomas. I think he's the 5th player, best player available on the board. So that's what I'm going to go with right now.
So it's good picking in the middle of the draft. Picks 4 through 8 in a 10 or 12 man league, mainly because you don't really have to reach for players. The problem picking early or late, if you want somebody, you have to take them early. You have to reach for them. Myself, as you heard from the podcast on Tuesday, love David Johnson this year. The guy is ranked 50. Where is he ranked? 45. If I want him, I'm going to have to get him that 2nd or 3rd round. And then, is that a reach? Yes. Am I happy with a pick? Yes.
Yeah, so I just typed in David Johnson. Yahoo has him ranked
45.
45.
Yep. So
yeah, if you wrap in the second round, it'll definitely be a reach.
But I truly think he is, the top 20 overall player this year. But you always got to draft based off of where you anticipate the players are going to be picked.
True.
So you don't want to always go just the top-ranked guy. Right now, Nick Chubb's the top-ranked guy, and we're going to kind of give you a quick recap of who's been drafted so far. We just got to get to that. So the top 5 we know: Edwards-Helaire 6, love that pick.
Yep.
7th we have
Derrick Henry went 7.
Yep, King Henry, good pick. That's where you'd expect him and Helaire to go. 8th overall, Devontae Adams. So you really wanted another wideout. Was the top wideout on the board with Michael Thomas gone. So agree with that pick. Number 9, Dalvin Cook. I'm not gonna take Dalvin Cook 9th overall. Somebody will take him early. Don't let it be you. If you take Dalvin Cook, make sure you take Alexander Madison as well. And 10th overall, Joe Mixon. Love the pick. Just re-signed.
All right.
Aaron, you're up again.
I'm up again. So the next top player on my board is actually Travis Kelce. And just to note, someone just took George Kittle before Travis Kelce. I probably wouldn't. It's not a bad pick.
Not many will do it.
Not many would do it, but I'm going to go Kelce here, just being my best.
Better hurry before you get auto-drafted.
Oh, yeah. We got it.
So, Michael Thomas, Travis Kelce on A2's team. Real quick, just wrapping it up. Tyreek Hill, 11th overall. Not a fan of that pick.
Over Julio.
Over Julio, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it. Don't be the one to take Tyreek Hill. Let somebody else take him, especially that early. Julio, 12. You expected they wanted a wideout. Chubb, 13. Same thing. Don't be the one to take Chubb. Let somebody else take him.
Aaron Jones went 14.
Yep, Aaron Jones, 14. I'm indifferent about that pick. Kittle, 15. Kelsey 16th, Kenyon Drake 17th. Thank you, Kenyon Drake, for going 17th because I did not want him at all.
Who are you going to take here, George? Who are you thinking your picks coming up?
It's my turn to draft. Wow, Josh Jacobs made it back to me. I'm 100% all in on Josh Jacobs this year. I would rank him ahead of Derrick Henry. I would, as high as 7, right behind Edwards Helaire. So I'll go Josh Jacobs. Got Saquon and Jacobs. Love the draft so far. This is going perfectly for my robust running back strategy.
So your strategy is going to be to take another running back, or are you going wide receiver next?
So looking at the wideouts, so this is where it gets kind of tricky. I already have 2 stud workhorse running backs. Really like Allen Robinson and Adam Thielen. Those are the top 2 wideouts. Well, you got Godwin on there, but I'm not too interested in him.
And
Miles Sanders even made it back, which is intriguing. Didn't think he would be there.
And it's your pick?
Whew, and then, you got Todd Gurley, David Johnson. Those are the standards, 2nd and 3rd overall picks for me. 2nd and 3rd round.
So Gurley's your pick?
I'm going to change it up. I'm going to go Miles Sanders here.
All right, I was hoping you went Miles Sanders. I think that's a great value pick for you, George.
Yeah, did not think he would fall to 22.
I would say that if Miles Sanders fell to me, he would be my next highest player available. But looking how the draft's going right now, I think I will end up selecting Patrick Mahomes to complete my connection.
There you go, and that's beautiful.
And it is my pick. So, like I said, best player available right now on my screen is, well, obviously not on my screen, but on my personal rankings would be Patrick Mahomes. And I will complete the connection of Kelsey and Mahomes.
So real quick, 18th overall, pick before mine, Austin Eckler went. 17-18, Eckler Drake.
No,
I'm not going to take either one of those.
Not in the second round.
But
Eckler maybe over Drake.
Somebody's going to take him. Like I said, don't let it be you. And then DeAndre Hopkins finished off the second round. So
DeAndre Hopkins finished off the second round?
Yep.
Right.
Which, yeah, I'm indifferent. He could have a monster year. The only thing is he's got to top what he did last year, which is going to be tough to do on a new team. So we'll see how that goes. 3rd round, first pick, Chris Carson. Miles Sanders, who was taken by your boy, the fantasy G. Allen Robinson, James Conner, Patty Mahomes, Chris Godwin, the next pick. So
yep, Patrick Mahomes is my pick. Let's just talk about my strategy so far. Like I said, it is best player available, and it's the number 1 players at each. Well, debatable Patrick Mahomes being number 1 player at quarterback or not, but
I'll put him there.
Yeah, you'll put him there. So the number 1 players at each of those positions. Granted, those aren't the standard position that you most see people draft. They normally go running back like you did. You went running back, which is kind of the old school way of doing it. Would you agree that's kind of the old school way?
Yeah, and you only got so many workhorse running backs, so you'll see that's what I kind of try to target. That's why maybe I would have went Gurley over Miles Sanders. If I were to do it again, I probably would actually. Mock draft, based on upside, I'll go Miles Sanders, but definitely like going the workhorse running backs. Like I said, you got Gurley, David Johnson still on the board, Le'Veon Bell. I'm interested to see who A2 is going to get here at running back.
Right now, the way my draft's looking is I'll end up best player available is either going to be a receiver or a running back, George.
Wow, not targeting running back. Hey, still sticking with that draft strategy, going best available.
Still going best available. Looking at the draft right now,
I like it.
Either right now, if the picks come back to me, I'm 2 picks away. It's either be Todd Gurley or A.J. Brown, honestly.
All right, so let's kind of catch up back on the picks. Aaron took Mahomes 25th. We got Godwin 26th, DJ Moore 27th, Thielen 28, wide receiver run. All 3 are good picks. Lamar Jackson 29, and then Galladay to end the 3rd round at 30. I like all those.
Yeah.
Kind of again, you look at the rankings, that's kind of where they're ranked, right about that middle to end of 3rd round.
Mm-hmm.
First pick in the 3rd round, Melvin Gordon, then Jonathan Taylor. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
2 running backs not a fan of.
Well, and George, my best player available just got taken as far as it went from OBJ to Todd Gurley. So my next best player, just off my rankings, would have to be A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown. Mark him down. So Melvin Gordon, Jonathan Taylor, 31st, 32nd. I'd say that's a bit of a reach for both of them, but don't let it be you taking them that early. Mike Evans, 33rd. Odell, 34. Aaron taking Todd Gurley at 35.
I didn't take Todd Gurley.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, somebody got taken before me.
Yep, right before him, Todd Gurley. Then Aaron took A.J. Brown, Juju, Mark Andrews. I'm up. This is a perfect draft scenario for me. David Johnson is still there. Love David Johnson. Take him all day. I got 4 running backs. You can only start 3. I don't care.
You can definitely trade one of them for a guy who doesn't end up drafting running backs like me.
Yep.
I mean, I'm going to get running backs. They're going to fall into my rank as being the next player available, as far as upside goes.
And one of my players just went that I wanted.
DJ Chark.
DJ Chark. After me, a couple more wideouts. Amari Cooper, DJ Chark. Let's see. I'm coming up. One guy I'm still loving, David Montgomery. The injury is the best thing that happened to him just because oh, shoot, it's my turn.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Let's make it quick. I'll go Le'Veon Bell.
So you take 5 running backs.
Yep, I mean, you got Le'Veon Bell, Cam Akers. Didn't really like the wideouts there. Terry McLaurin, Cooper Kupp, Tyler Lockett. Could have went one of those 2.
So, yeah, you kind of hamstrung me because my next best player available was going to be Le'Veon Bell. And there's not a running back that's available for me coming up for a while.
And this is why, again, you have to take running backs. You don't have to, but...
You don't have to.
Like I said, the perfect draft strategy for me was 4 in the first 6 rounds.
You end up taking 5.
If one of these fall to me, I'll go 5. I'll go as many as 6. A lot of deep wideouts you can get.
Yeah, so Cooper Kupp is going to fall in my lap here. Just making sure that I didn't miss anybody in my running back rankings. There's Mark Ingram there, Cam Akers there. If I wanted to reach for a running back, I would probably take one of those.
Is Cam Akers a reach? 48th overall. Make
No.
your draft pick, 7 seconds. We don't want to auto pick.
No, I won't auto pick. It's going to be...
So again, after I selected David Johnson, Amari Cooper, DJ Chark went. Had DJ Chark been there, I would have taken him. So I fell with Le'Veon Bell. Sure, massive upside there. I could potentially, looking at my team, end up with 5 running back 1s this year. Am I going to start all 5? No. Will I trade some? Probably, if this was a real draft. And so we'll see. And, I do plan on taking David Montgomery if he makes it back to me next round. So, after Le'Veon, DK Metcalf, Terry McLaurin, DK was a little bit of a reach. I believe he went before Lockett.
We did.
So, PPR league, I don't think you should make that mistake. Terry McLaurin, like that pick at 44. Cooper Kupp, 45, also, by Aaron, good pick. Mark Ingram, Cortland Sutton, great pick at 47.
Mm-hmm.
Still a little bit earlier than his ADP, but, he probably would have been the next pick had Le'Veon not been there for me.
And just circling back to my draft strategy, if you look on my screen, I'm actually have a couple running backs in my queue. Ronald Jones, Kareem Hunt, J.K. Dobbins, Zach Moss, and David Montgomery. So, granted, I don't have the top tier running backs, but just based off draft strategy, those guys are going to end up falling to me. I don't think DeAndre Swift's going to fall to me, so I didn't click him. But
You could star him. A good friend of mine, Ken Foisey, loves DeAndre Swift this year.
I love, shout out to Big Kenny. DeAndre Swift is a good player. He's part of that Detroit backfield. I didn't click him because I think Kerryon Johnson is still available, correct?
Yep, and that's another thing. You got Kerryon Johnson starting running back going real late. There's a few other starters. Jordan Howard or Breida.
Jordan Howard and Matt Breida.
Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson's way down there.
Way down there. So you still can get some good starting running backs late. Tread lightly. I tread lightly when I say good, but...
Yeah, Matt Breida, yeah. I think Matt... He had a pretty good...
with San Fran.
It's my turn next.
Yep. Try to get a quick recap. Mark Ingram, 46. Sutton, 47. Mostert, 48. Lockett, 49. Ertz, 50.
All right, and so I didn't think DeAndre Swift would be to me. I didn't click him. Like I said, I didn't think he would be available to me, but since he's available to me now...
There you go. First running back, DeAndre Swift.
Take DeAndre Swift.
So 51st overall, Calvin Ridley. Cam Akers, 52nd. Love that pick. Third quarterback off the board with Dak Prescott at 53. Keenan Allen, 54. Russell Wilson, 55. Swift, 56. Higbee at 57. Again, I'm waiting on tight ends and quarterbacks. You won't see me drafting any, with the exception of Mahomes, late or early second or third round. My pick's coming up next. I still do not have a wideout. Robert Woods is on the board, so looking at the available players, I'm thinking Robert Woods.
I thought you'd say either Robert Woods or T.Y. Hilton based off of yesterday's draft.
Woods, T.Y. Hilton. Still do like Devin Singletary and David Montgomery a lot. And still a lot of good wideouts on the board, so I'll go Robert Woods, a little safer than T.Y. Hilton. T.Y.'s, getting older, gets those nagging injuries, so I'll go Robert Woods. Or Roberts Wood, as some like to call him.
Yeah.
Shout out to Matt Cassar.
Why do you think Robert was more safe again?
He's, younger, less injury prone. T.Y., getting up there. I think he's already dealing with a hamstring injury in camp. He lingers a lot, those kind of injuries. T.Y. Hilton, Michael Gallup. I still like Devin Singletary a lot. You can never have too many running backs on your team. I'm going to go Devin Singletary. That is now my 6th running back on the team.
All right. So if this was a real draft, George would be the guy who would be looking to trade his running backs and improve his receiver position, per se, or quarterback
Awesome,
position.
yeah. And you see, I could package a guy like Miles Sanders in one of these wideouts. I'm going to get late for top-tier wideout, Devontae Adams, Julio Jones. I even go for a tight end like Kelsey if I wanted, and go for Mahomes if I wanted. Everybody's going to be needing RBs. Like I said, there's about 20 that I want to target. I have 6 of them.
All right.
Aaron, you're up. Let's see what you got.
Jordan Howard went, I think that's a reach ahead of a guy named like Ronald Jones, and then Kyler Murray went. So, as you see, Ronald Jones is my next best player. So I'll be taking Ronald Jones here. Number 1 running back on the Bucks as of right now, unless Leonard Fournette gets signed by him.
So I don't remember where I left off for the last recap. Maybe Robert Woods. That's where I took him at 59.
You left off at Robert Woods.
Deshaun Watson, 60, and I'm going to probably stop the recap here after this round.
Yeah.
Devontae Parker, 61. Singletary, 62. Love Singletary there. Didn't really see anybody after him that I wanted. Jordan Howard, 63. Imagine that. This guy could have had Singletary. Jordan Howard went back-to-back. I value Singletary way more than Jordan Howard. Kyler Murray, 64. Ronald Jones, 65. Marquise Brown, 66. Good value pick there. I like Marquise. Josh Allen, 67. A lot of quarterbacks gone. That's maybe the 7th quarterback taken already.
Mm-hmm.
Jared Cook, 68. T.Y. Hilton, 69. And Matt Ryan, 70.
So I'm going to pick. I have 5 picks left. So pretty much my starting lineup in this mock draft is.
We still got 8 rounds.
Yeah, my starting lineups are So
or 7 rounds. I'm sorry.
7 rounds. Yeah. So my
5
next
players. I see.
Yeah. So my next pick, honestly, is I'm gonna click on him right here, so you guys see it's gonna be Tyler Boyd. I think he's gonna follow me right now, with 3 picks away. This is a guy I like a lot, Tyler Boyd. He runs that slot position that I love to see with the rookie quarterback in Joe Burrow. I touched on that in our earlier podcast. So, and then Baltimore's defense just went, George.
That was he an auto pick?
Was he an auto pick? I think he was.
That's a problem when you get the auto picks in there.
It kind of helps me out because, like I said, in a normal draft, you really wouldn't see a defense being taken that early. What round are we in? We're in 7th round.
So that's why we're going to probably go on in a couple more rounds because you start to get a lot of players that aren't really going to be drafted going, and your team starts to become a lot better than it really is.
True. Especially because it's a mock draft and no one's really drafting for.
Correct. Here's another auto pick right before Aaron. Pittsburgh's D. Go figure.
Yeah. And so like I said, Tyler Boyd in a normal league, well most leagues have 5 or 3 wide receivers starting, and then a flex position. So my lineup will be pretty much set right now with 4 wide receivers, a tight end, and 2 running backs and a quarterback.
So my pick, didn't think he would make it back. Probably wouldn't have if the auto drafters weren't here. Evan Ingram, ranked at 91. I'm picking him at 79. There are a few wideouts and running backs still that are on there that I would like. I might even take David Montgomery next. Take another running back. Why not? I love the running backs I got. I think I got them all at great picks. Again, Saquon, Jacobs, David Johnson, I think will all be top 15 backs. Miles Sanders too. So it's my turn now. David Montgomery's still there. Michael Gallup also there. AJ Green, Deontay Johnson. Those are kind of the wideouts I'm targeting. Jarvis Landry. Love David Montgomery though. I'm gonna go David Montgomery. Oh, it's not my pick yet. My turn's next.
Yeah.
So got a little excited there. Gronk went after Evan Ingram. Again, one pick between the two. I think Ingram is far more superior than Gronk. I could be wrong. We'll see. The Brady-Gronk connection could be back. But all right, David Montgomery made it. J.K. Dobbins went before him. So, never mind. I've reached a maximum number of running backs I can take at 6.
Oh, this is one of those.
If there's no maximum, I'm definitely taking David Montgomery there. Now I'm in a predicament. Michael Gallup, A.J. Green. Gallup, I think in that high-powered offense, I think A.J. Green has a real chance to become... I realistically, with this team, I probably would have taken Gallup as a safer choice because I don't need that, breakout player like A.J. Green. Not saying he's a breakout player, but I do think he has the potential to be a very good wideout. He also has the potential to get hurt.
True. Yeah, that's why I shouted out Gallup. Are we still going?
But I went A.J. Green.
You went A.J. Green.
Yeah, we right now we'll fill up our starters. I just need a quarterback. I think we all know who I'm going to go at quarterback. It's Aaron's pick right now.
We'll already fill out my starters, and I'm going to let you know right now that I am going to take Zach Moss. I like the upside of Zach Moss in that offense. Just as last year, Frank Gore had a decent amount of carries as well.
So Bummer really, really would have liked to take David Montgomery there. Again, don't think in any draft you would realistically be able to draft
7 running backs.
all these running backs. I got Saquon, Josh Jacobs, Miles Sanders, David Johnson, Le'Veon Singletary. But I somehow got all of them. I'll take it. Would love to have David Montgomery. No biggie. Zach Moss, I took Singletary. I'm interested to see how Zach Moss will be used. They said, similar to a Frank Gore role.
Right.
A red zone back. Hopefully he, red zone back. Singletary was great last year. I think he averaged 5 yards a carry in that run-heavy offense.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect situation for any running back.
Yeah, especially a rookie running back like Zach Moss. Like you said, I drafted him because I think he'll fill out that Frank Gore role. And just based off my team, how it was going, he'll be a bench running back or kind of not really a bench running back. It'll be weeks I might start him in a good matchup with this team I have. I actually love the team that I have right now.
You and me both,
I feel like I stuck to my strategy as far as taking best player available and not trying to dictate for gotta draft this position.
So I'm surprised you took Zach Moss over David Montgomery.
Me?
Yes.
I like the upside more of Zach Moss over David Montgomery.
All right, but I guess David Montgomery I feel like will perform at sooner than Moss, especially a team that needs running backs. But everybody's got their own strategy.
Mm-hmm.
I would have went David Montgomery. I'm going David Montgomery pretty early still, even with the injury not scaring me away. Like I said, it's the best thing that could have happened.
Yeah. Is it crazy to think that I think the Buffalo's offense is better than the Bears?
No.
No, it's not crazy.
Not at all.
Okay. Yeah.
Josh Allen, I think, much better than any.
I think they just have a better. Just them getting Stephon Diggs will make that offense even better.
Yeah, and they were good last year.
Yeah, they were good last year, depending on his feet. So my pick is next here. And if you listen to our previous show, Marvin Jones is going to fall to me. And this is where I like. It makes sense. I like receivers more than running backs at this point. Because there's another running back. I can
there
get
are
later
no running backs left. That's why you got to take him early. James White is up there.
I wouldn't say there's no running backs left. There's a couple running backs that still got it here.
Montgomery and James White are probably the only two of these top 30, 20 players we're looking at here.
This is almost handcuff territory.
My turn next. 0% chance I think in a real draft Deontay Johnson makes it this late. For that reason, I'm not going to take him. I'm going to just go ahead and just finish off my roster. Take Daniel Jones if he makes it. And, we'll probably... You don't need to hear any more about this. We got defenses going. We got kickers going. This is not a realistic... at this point in the draft, this isn't realistic how players would really be taken, so... but I'm we can go ahead and just analyze our lineups real quick. Aaron, start with you.
Oh, like I said, so... just looking on how the draft fell for me. Like I said, my first pick, Michael Thomas. Like I kind of predicted he would fall in me at 5. So I didn't, no reach there. On the way back, I kind of had a little hint that Travis Kelce would fall to me at that pick that I took in the second round. And then being able to come back around and take Patrick Mahomes to complete that connection. My top 3 picks. Little surprise in the next round that a lot more running backs went. That people kind of jumped ahead and grabbed some higher running backs. So AJ Brown falling to me there, and then Cooper Kupp was another steal of the draft for me too. I believe. I think Cooper Kupp was going to finish as a top 5 wide receiver. So being able to draft him as late as I did kind of surprised me there.
And a guy like me, which I'm sure your drafts will have too, who's going all running backs, is definitely going to alter somebody that goes either all wideouts or somebody like you just going best available.
Yeah,
when you
you
got
have guys
Mahomes,
who
Kelce.
You have guys who are just going to draft. They're going to go, wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver. I'm turning this on auto draft right now.
Yep.
You have guys who just going to go wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver. And then they'll have a guy like you who's going running back, running back, running back. And they can screw. That's why I honestly think, having the best player, just trying to go for the best player available as much as you can. That way you don't have to reach for somebody,
Yep, and so my starting roster here, Daniel Jones, quarterback, Robert Woods, AJ Green at wideout. Some would say that's, pretty weak, but considering I didn't draft Robert Woods until, when did I take him? I don't even remember.
Robert Woods, you look at your recap.
I took Robert Woods pretty late. I'd say maybe around 6 or 7. Trying to look at the recap here, but yep, I took him in the 6th round. Drafting my first wideout in the 6th round, I'd still take Robert Woods and AJ Green. I think that's a good, solid wide receiver core. When you look at, not too concerned about the grade system. I did a draft earlier in the year. I got every single player I wanted. Got a D on it on the grade.
So you're thinking you're gonna get a D on your grade for sure.
I don't think it's going to be a good grade.
You think I have a?
I think you'll have an A for sure.
A for sure. Yahoo Yahoo definitely likes me for your positions early, but I just like the way the draft fell to me. Obviously, like I said, I think a couple players went earlier than expected, but they're probably on auto draft. Realistically, probably a lot of people would be surprised me drafting Patrick Mahomes over Lamar Jackson, but you're not too big on Lamar Jackson this year.
No. I mean, I think he's great. He'll be good. The Ravens will be real good, but his numbers got to take a step back. And so, another thing, too, watch out when you're drafting. You got Fournette's a free agent. I've been hearing rumblings with Tampa Bay making a strong push for him. New England really wants him. That's definitely going to change up some things. I don't even know if Leonard Fournette got drafted yet in this mock draft.
I'm going to do
if he goes to New England, I'm still, staying away from him. You never know what New England's going to do, although he would by far be the best running back. Yahoo's got him ranked 130. Hopefully he signs before your draft so you have a better idea of where he's going to go. If he goes to Tampa Bay, he could be phenomenal in that system. And, I think he could pick up his ADP back about 40 where he was going before in Tampa Bay.
Yeah. We're in, like I said, if you follow our Instagram, we posted the 5 teams that we, are hearing that he's going to sign with. I think that the best fit for him probably would be the Rams, just to add another running back to the team, or the Bucks. I don't really see a point in him signing with the Patriots.
Just to get, Sony Michel's not impressing. They got Damian Harris, who you've heard good things about.
James White. They got a lot
James
of people,
White,
a lot
Sexy
of
Rexy, Burkhead.
They got a lot of running backs in their running back room. So
yep, and Belichick likes to feed the hot hand, change it up, keep you guessing. So
true. You're not too big on the Patriots offense this year, are you?
No, I like James White. I've had mixed emotions about James Edelman or Julian Edelman. He could be solid, just because New England likes to take advantage of the mismatch. So we'll see about that. We may try to get another mock draft episode out there. Maybe do a 12-man mock draft, 12-league mock draft, I should say.
Yeah.
Just to kind of give you guys, a little different aspect, what to expect. When the season starts, we will be releasing weekly podcasts every Tuesday before waivers. Hoping to release them Tuesday morning, so give you time all day Tuesday to listen to it, make your waiver claims, make your free agent budget acquisitions.
Probably also give you a little daily fantasy advice as well.
Yep.
I did pretty well with daily fantasy. I'm not a daily fantasy millionaire by any stretch of imagination, but
And I think daily fantasy is going to be a lot more popular this year. With the COVID going around, people are afraid, and interested to see what happens if one player on a team gets COVID. You gotta imagine a lot of players on the team are getting COVID, so hopefully nobody does.
Yeah. Hopefully no one, yeah, because we definitely pretty excited about some football happening here. Kind of weird that I missed the preseason. Is that kind of weird?
Yeah.
The preseason I think the preseason will kind of help a lot of people fantasy wise, just kind of get a sense of how teams are looking, how players are looking in new places. Guys like Stephon Diggs, how was he and Josh Allen connecting? The rookie quarterback, how was he playing? Daniel Jones, does he look the same as he did the last 6 games of the year?
Man, never thought you'd hear that, right? You missed the preseason, but
I mean, yeah, preseason is boring, but honestly, it's kind of one of those things if you get to.
In the coronavirus era, we all missed the preseason, so.
Yeah, for sure.
Might as well, stick it out here for a couple more minutes to see just our grades that we got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're sticking on just to see what the grades are going to be.
And we'll share, obviously share that with you guys. Like I said, I don't expect myself to get a good grade. Do think strongly Aaron will get a good grade. And he did have a good draft. Although I don't agree with all his picks. DeAndre Swift, Ronald Jones at running back. Can you win a league with them? Depends what happens, but I don't think so. But the rest of his team is very strong. Strong enough to carry him.
Yeah, and if running backs is your weakest link, honestly, that's free. The first couple weeks of the league can win or lose you, but it's about the free agents you pick up.
And you can always take a handcuff. One of the primary handcuffs: Latavius Murray, Tony Pollard. I think those are probably 2 of the premier handcuffs. Got a few more. I think is his name Darrington Evans on Tennessee.
Yeah.
Darrington Evans, A.J. Dillon on the Packers. If Aaron Jones were to go down, starting for Jacksonville, I think. Armstead was his name. Reichwell Armstead. LaMichael Pirine for the Jets, although I think they did just sign somebody recently. Another one too. A couple that I talked about. You may have heard before, but Chase Edmonds and Madison on the Vikings. Love both of those. Wide are running backs. You can take them late, especially if you don't draft any running backs early. Definitely think you want to take a flyer on a guy like Alexander Madison and Chase Edmonds. I'll go in depth more on Edmonds later, but definitely love Chase Edmonds, and I think if you took Chase Edmonds and Madison on your team, you would at some point in the year have a good starting running back options.
So we're just waiting for our grades at this point.
Yeah, they're pretty quick with them.
So I'm waiting for my screen to adjust here. Still not popping. Do I have to leave the lobby first? I'm not
Probably. I mean, I don't think it's gonna stall anything, but
yeah, I don't think it's gonna stall anything as well. But
so we're gonna continue to release until the season starts. Kickoff is almost a week away.
yeah,
Thursday, September 10th. We are going to release, try to go for Tuesday, and then maybe I have a kickoff special on Thursday. Might release a couple more throughout this week just because everybody's going to be cramming in their drafts right now. So.
All right, my draft was B.
Mock draft result B. Oh wow, and I got an A+. Shocking. I did not think that would happen. But again, I'll take it. A+.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. They gave me